In this video, I'm going to share 4 methods to fetch metadata from an OS LiDAR. So what is metadata? Ouster-LiDAR metadata is necessary for interpreting and parsing the point cloud data stream from a live sensor or from the recorded pcap file. The metadata of an OS LiDAR mainly consists of 3 parts: sensor information, parameter configurations, and intrinsic properties, respectively. Sensor info includes, but is not limited to, product model, serial number, part number, and firmware. Parameter configurations include all the configurable parameter settings as well as UDP destination address and UDP ports for LiDAR and IMU data transmission. And then the most important part, the intrinsic parameters, are used for parsing the LiDAR and IMU data. Parameter configurations in the metadata are very useful when you are going to replace an OS LiDAR sensor. You can simply configure the new LiDAR by following the settings from the metadata of the LiDAR in use. The first method is fetching metadata through Ouster-CLI. To use the Ouster-CLI utility, we need to install the Ouster Python SDK. Python 3.8 or above version is required to install the latest Ouster Python SDK. On my computer, 3.11.8 is installed. Then we use the command pip3 space install space ouster-SDK to install the latest Ouster Python SDK. Then we use the command pip3 space list command to check the installed packages. Before you are going to use the Ouster-CLI command, please make sure the LiDAR is able to be connected. I prefer to use the web browser to check the Ethernet connection and the LiDAR status. Now let's use the Ouster-CLI utility. By running this command, we can print the metadata in the terminal. Beam altitude angles determine the vertical resolution of the LiDAR. We can also use the ouster-CLI command to save the metadata to a local folder. The second way, fetching metadata through Ouster Studio. Ouster Studio is a visualization software to visualize the points from an OS LiDAR. We can fetch the metadata by recording a pcap file. Our purpose is to save the metadata, so only a few seconds will do. It seems not easy to find the information we want from the metadata saved along with the pcap file. Let's change the display format of the metadata. It looks much better now. The third method, fetching metadata through Python code. Before we write the Python code, it's necessary to make sure the LiDAR is able to be connected. Ouster-Python SDK needs to be installed if we want to write Python code to fetch the metadata from the LiDAR. Fetching metadata from the LiDAR can be achieved only by several lines of code. Now let's run the Python code to fetch the metadata. Now the fourth method, fetching metadata through ouster-ros driver. In my test, I will use ouster-ros driver to fetch the metadata, and ouster-ros2 driver can also achieve the same functionality. In the ros launch command, I specified the directory where the metadata will be written to. We can also use the ros service to fetch the metadata. Let's forget this method. If you don't specify the metadata argument, by default, the metadata will be written to the .ros directory. Thank you for watching this video.